Alrighty guys, so welcome back for, of course, yet another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at the new EZA details for LR Physical Cell. So as you guys can see right here over on the Dokkan Wiki as well as on Twitter, again, Goresh did go ahead and translate them, but of course the Dokkan Wiki did go ahead and update the website, so now we have the details over here as well. Now, before we go into the details, I have seen a lot of people like a little bit disappointed with this guy's EZA, so depending on how this panels out. Anyways, guys, sorry about the pause there real quick, but of course, you know, something came up. So anyways, back onto Cell. So again, I did see on Twitter that some people were a little bit disappointed with Cell. Again, I have not read his details at all. So again, let's go ahead and see what he is going to be looking like. So it turns out that, just looking at this, that his 12 key super attack was really only buffed from 10% HP to 12%. This is a little bit disappointing right off the bat because, again, I wish they would have at least given him, again, raise his defense on his 12 key, again, just like the bare minimum. And then he gets greatly raised his attack for one turn. Does that change? Yes, it's from raises attack to greatly raises attack. Again, same thing here, just slap on defense there. Like, there's really no reason why they couldn't do that. Again, those are going to be, well, first of all, the only two issues that I see with Cell already is, again, he's not getting defense on Super. Again, most units nowadays do get defense on Super, so again, it is a little bit disappointing right off the bat just to see that. Again, they're not doing that for Cell here. So he does, so it's 120% at the start. That was 90%. So he actually has a significant buff to his passive, because again, before it was literally like 3-4 lines. So now it's 120%. He gets 60% defense on super attack. All right, that's interesting. That's actually really nice. He gets 3 key and another 60% defense if it's an ultra super. Okay. That's actually really interesting. The reason for that is because, again, Cell, if you get his 18 key, is going to be giving himself 3 key. And then he gets an additional 1 key and 30% attack per existing enemy. Alright. Huh. I will say this. Cell appears to be actually not that bad. Like, he's not terrible. Like, I'm gonna say that right out the gate. Like, he's not terrible. He's a little bit quirky, I think is the best way to putting this. Because, again, this is nice. Again, 1 key and 30% attack. Again, that's buffed, yeah, from 10% attack. Now it's 30%. So, you're in Super Battle Road. You're facing, again, first fight. There's, like, 5 enemies. Again, you're getting an extra 150% to defense. Or not 150% to defense, my bad. 150% to attack. Plus the 120% at the start. Plus he's getting this on super. The issue here is, again, for the 3 key and extra 60% defense on his 18 key, you need to be facing 1 enemy. That's why I'm not counting this. So, all of this together, plus, again, his link set. Again, that's another thing that we have to, you know, look at is, again, his link set. I actually would argue that this Cell is actually a lot better than people may be giving him credit for. I've seen this Cell push, like, 200k defense, and I don't even have him link level 10, and I have him at, like, I think 79% on my global account. And, again, I've seen this guy push, like, 200k defense. So, a rainbowed, fully link level 10 Cell actually, I think, is going to be a lot better than people may realize. Because, again, this guy's stats is really good. He's got 13,300 to defense. That's very good. Very, very good. Yeah, that's, again, super, super impressive. Plus, he's getting this on super attack. He's now got an extra 30% at the start. If you're facing 1 enemy again and you get his 18 key super attack, you're getting this as well. So that's essentially 120% to defense on super. That's very, very freaking powerful. Gentleman at level 10 is 10% defense. Messenger, okay, so Messenger from the future just gives attack. Big Bad Bosses, of course, as we know, is 25% to defense. Shocking Speed is 5%. Ultimate Life Form is 10%. So that's what? So Gentleman is 10, so that's 20. That's 25, and then that's 50. So you're getting an extra, like, 50% defense from Gentleman, Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, and Ultimate Life Form. So that's really, really good. Again, this cell is going to be very, very powerful. Again, of course, he's not going to be, like, ridiculously, disgustedly broken. Like, I think that needs to be said out, like, you know, just straight up. Like, he's not going to be, like, one of those units where it's like, oh my god, like, you know, like, he's, like, you know, breaking the game or anything. But he's not bad. Again, I really do think this cell is going to be a lot better than most units on the teams that he's on. Because if you take a look at, I mean, let's just, like, show this right here. Let's pull up all of his teams, for example. Androids. Again, the Androids team has been getting substantial buffs in the form. Well, I mean, in terms of leaders, again, most of these androids are not very good. Again, I'm just waiting for MVP 17's easy at this point, but again, Dr. Giro and Android 19 are a very good buff for this team. Again, they're also supporting. That's something that needs to be, you know, very much said. This LR got its Easy 8. Again, they're also supporting. Incel is basically this guy's best friend. So, you know, right off the bat, you know, this team, like, these two are going to be a very, very good rotation. You have the new Dokkan Fest First Form Cell, who would also be, I would think, a relatively decent, you know, unit to go ahead and pair up with the LR Physical Cell, because, you know, I actually haven't really used this guy, like, at all. So, again, I'm not too sure, but, again, he's another really big buff to the team. Of course, we have the Dokkan Fest Androids. So Cell with his Easy A is actually helping this team quite substantially. Again, you can run a super, super powerful team here. Again, because he, of course, leads Power Absorption and Android/Cellsog, which, of course, the Cell is going to be on. And then he's also giving the buff to Android, so Cell's also going to have access, which we didn't talk about, to a 200% leader skill. So this, all of this, even like the very basic, like just this plus this, if you're fighting multiple enemies, on a 200% leader skill with 13,000 to his defense, Cell is going to be looking very good. Very, very impressive. Anybody who says Cell is going to be bad literally doesn't know what they're talking about. Now, in the red zone, you can absolutely make the case for that. I will not dispute that at all. In the red zone, you can absolutely make a case. But here's the thing with the red zone. You're only facing one enemy for most of the fights. Usually towards the end, you're usually just facing one enemy. And what does this Cell get when he's facing only one enemy? An extra 60% to his defense. Again, I'm not saying this guy is invincible. Again, not saying that at all. Most definitely this guy can get hit. Not at all arguing that. But he's not as bad as you guys are trying to make him out to be, is all I'm saying. He's not as bad as people think. He's actually, I would argue, much, much better. Because, again, this is really, really crucial because, again, Legendary Goku event, Legendary GT Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event, this is going to be active. Red Zone, again, depending on which stages you're taking on, because in the Bojack fight, again, you are facing multiple enemies for the first phase. I'm not sure which other ones have multiple enemies, but I'm pretty sure there are others that have multiple enemies. But for the most part, most of the very end stages of the red zone are against one enemy. So again, this is going to come very much into clutch for multiple scenarios. So again, much, much better than you guys may be giving Cell credit for. Transformation boost, again, this is such a very, very stupidly huge team, but in terms of the extreme class units, again, Cell is going to be a really nice addition to it. Of course, Incel is also on this team, so again, very good rotation you could run there. Time Travelers is really one of the worst teams in the game. Again, the leaders are super garbage and terrible. But again, when this team does eventually get a proper leader against Cell, both of these two, again, are going to be a very good rotation to go ahead and run on the Time Travelers team, because honestly, most of these units have aged. Again, most of these units are at a point where they desperately need Easy A's because they're no longer really viable in any event in the game. Join Forces, same thing. Again, very, very good units on this team. The leaders just suck absolute balls. So, again, until we get a new leader, this team is pretty much going to be dead for the time being. Artificial life forms, again, same issue we're running into. terrible leaders, but again, Cell and Incel are going to be very good, candidates for like top tier units for this team. Again, they're just going to help this team out a lot. Android/Cell Saga actually doesn't really have that issue anymore, because again, this guy as well as the Dokkan Fest Trunks, again, very, very good units, but this guy in particular, this is probably going to be Cell's best team, again, because he's going to have access to that 200% leader skill, as well as, a relatively decent linking partner, because again, this is a transforming Cell as well. So again, there's that as well. And then finally, Worldwide Chaos, again, desperately needs any sort of help because unfortunately the androids aren't exactly the best team. So any other android type unit, on this team is a really good benefit to it. And of course, like I said, and has been shown, Incel and this physical Cell are going to be best friends. So again, that is going to do it for today's video. You guys can let me know what you guys think of Cell and his, Easy 8. Again, for me personally, I think he's much better than people may be giving him credit for, because again, we're not counting the 200% leader skill. Again, his stats are very good. 13,000 to defense is super good. He gets a lot of defense when facing one enemy. He absolutely can get, hit pretty badly when maybe facing multiple enemies, but again, he is going to give himself a lot of ki, as well as some very, very good attack as well. So again, attack-wise, this Cell should be pretty good. And again, I'm not even, throwing in support type units like 19 and Dr. Gero, which are a 40% attack and defensive support for androids. And again, they themselves are stupidly good units. So again, this Cell is going to be, again, much better than people are giving him credit for. So all I can say is, again, just watch out for this guy. This guy is going to be much better than you guys think. So anyways, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
The name of this one is Rosé. Oh, this is the power of legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Now I understand.